You just had one of the best days of your life. There's been a lot of great memories lately, but will all of these memories be remembered later on? In 20 years from now, wouldn't it be incredible to relive all of it in detail? To never forget any of those memories? For me, this is possible through my journal. From Isaac Newton to Winston Churchill, a lot of historical figures kept a journal. It's one of the habits in the Daily Entrepreneur's 33 Success Habits. Its benefits include improved decision making, critical thinking, a clearer mind, and so on, blah blah blah. But really, I didn't care about any of that when I started. I'm not here to talk about the benefits of journaling. Whether you pick it up or not is up to you. I'm here to tell you about the journey of my journal. It all started in college. It was a fresh start, a new environment, new friends, new adventures. Every day felt like the sun was shining, the birds were chirping, and there were warm smiles everywhere. Life was simply incredible. I thought to myself that I really wanted to remember every happy memory that I could. Hence the birth of my journal on March 1st, 2014. Its name, The Best Moment of the Day. Each day, I would write a sentence or a word that indicated what the best moment was, and at the end of the week, my journal and I would have a great time discussing everything that happened. I was a very happy person, and somehow my journal actually strengthened my already positive outlook on life. I believe that every day had a memory that was worth remembering. Even the most mundane days where I studied physics for 8 hours with my roommates, I would find some fun moment to record. My roommates, being two of the funniest guys I know, made it pretty easy. But something changed in me after sophomore year in college. I went through a breakup with a girlfriend I cared deeply for, and also grew distant from an important friend after I revealed my feelings for her. To top it all off, my dog, Lucky, who had been with me for half of my life, passed. And on that day, my journal's name changed from Best Moment of the Day to Moments of the Day. I was reminded that it's not just the brightest moments that change us, but also the darkest. A light in my life darkened, but it was my choice how I wanted to move forward. Through it all, my journal was there for me, letting me spill out all the crazy emotions and feelings I had. My third and final year of college came, and with it, 6 senior level classes, 2 school jobs, being president of a club, and a choreographer for a dance show. There was a lot for me in my journal to talk about. I began to write more often about my thoughts and feelings as much as what happened during the day. As busy as it sounds, I still very much enjoyed my final year, but I couldn't wait for freedom. Once it came after graduation, my journal entries began to change drastically. I began to journal every night, and during this time, I worked a part-time job, engaged in my own projects, and probably the most crucial factor was that I began devouring books. As my mind began to change, my journal also changed. Each entry became more detailed, and for some weeks, I wrote down what I did at every hour of the day. My entries became multiple paragraphs for each day, filled with my thoughts, feelings, aspirations, and events of the day. My journal was there for me to talk out ideas and reflect on my behavior. It's like each time I begin writing, I travel deep into the darkest parts of my mind and begin to have a conversation with myself. One of my conversations is about 3,500 words, which is 7 pages long. That day was one of the best days of my life. Today, I continue to have a conversation with my journal before I sleep. It actually helps me relax my mind before sleeping. I didn't even know any of the benefits of journaling until I read certain books, but when they described all of it, I realized that I was experiencing them. What started out as just a way to never forget the great times became one of the greatest tools in my life. I sometimes think about how much time passes by, how we're all growing older faster than we can keep track of. But my journal reminds me that every single day, good or bad, can be remembered and used to push us forward. My journal is my journey. At the end of each year, I look back on all my favorite entries, and sometimes I can't hold the tears back. I remember and I feel all the greatest and darkest memories in my life. I remember who I was, and I can see how much I've grown over the years. When I'm 30, I'll have about 42 entries to look back on. When I'm 50, my journal will carry about 10,000 days of my experiences and thoughts. And when I'm gone, my journal will carry my life story. A story that I hope can inspire and help others.